Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're not. So for today's video, I'm doing a what's in my kit. So if you didn't know, or if you're new here, I am a working makeup artist, and some of my favorite videos to watch are what's in my kit videos from other artists and just seeing what they carry and how they set up and things like that. So I'm basically going to be running through kind of my setup for both when I'm in the studio and what kind of bag I use to carry my kit when I'm doing call-outs. If you missed my last video, that was a studio tour, so a little tour of the studio that I'm in at the moment. So this is where I take my clients from, it's where I film, it's where I do my own makeup. And in that you'll see that I have 2 sets of the Alex 9 drawers, and that's where that's all my storage for my makeup. And I will also be doing a makeup collection where I go through those drawers and do more of like a deep dive into the products. So that will be coming too, but what will be following this video, or what should be following this video, is a what's in my brush belt video, which kind of goes hand in hand with the what's in my kit because it's part of my kit, but I just wanted to divide it up so it wasn't too long and to make that its own section. So that will be coming next. The makeup collection will be coming, and I'll also do my personal brush collection as well. I have the brushes that I use just on myself on my table here in different cups. So I'll do an overview of my brush collection and my favorite brushes. So I'm kind of treating these as like a little bit of a series, and I couldn't get a proper intro and outro up for the studio tour, but I am getting a proper face-to-face or face-to-camera intro and outro for this one and for the coming ones, because I will be filming them in one go just to make sure that I have them. So that is also why you'll probably see me look the same in the next few videos for the intros and outros. But anyway, with all of that said, if you're interested in my professional makeup kit, then just keep watching. So if you saw my studio tour, you'll have seen that this is where I work from when I'm doing clients. So I have all my products and brushes laid out. So I'll just go through how I lay them out, and then we'll go through how I pack them up. So I have my client sit here in the center seat, and I'll have that pulled out. And then right in front is a little hand mirror so they can have a closer look at things. And then right here I have my brush belt laid out. And then here I have a selection of lashes laid out with scissors, tweezers and dark and clear lash glue. Then to the side here I have just a little pretty cup that I use for used brushes when I'm working on someone. So when I use it, I'll pop it in there, and a palette. So then up here I have some mascaras, a lash curler, some brow gels, some MAC eyeshadows that I use for brows, some brow pencils and a brow like a clear gel. I have my eyeshadow primer, pencil liners, gel liners, and then along here I have glitters and pigments, and that's the Too Faced glitter glue that I use as a base for glitters and pigments. And then here is my Inglot 40 palette that I've just been working from, and if you'd like to see what shades are in this, I will link the video where I went through all the shades in the card. So then over here we get into foundations, and these are the foundations that I'm currently using, although I do like to try and switch them up. So I have kind of more matte ones here for oilier skin and more dewy ones there for drier skin, but I'll mix and match depending. So at the back I have some Urban Decay all-nighters, Inglot YSMs and Estee Lauder double wears. And then for concealers I have some Tarte Shape Tapes and one of the Maybelline Age Rewinds, and that's a NYX colour corrector. And then over here at the back I have Inglot HDs, Makeup Forever HDs, Dermacols, that's a Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, is a Lancome Taunt Miracle. Then I have some Eve Pearl colour correctors, Inglot under eye concealers, and an Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat. So those are kind of my base products that I'm using at the moment. Then I have some cream products that I would use before powders if I'm using them. So like some cream highlighters, High Beam and Moonbeam from Benefit, a Daniel Sandler watercolour blush, and this is a Guru Makeup Emporium liquid highlighter. And then this is a little palette from Sleek, I think. Yeah, it was some samples of their cream foundation, but I use them as like a little contour palette, a cream contour palette. So I keep that there. And then I have some setting powders. This is a Ben Nye Media Pro palette. And then those are some kind of random ones from Inglot that I have in a Z palette. Then back over here, moving on to contours and bronzers. Again, these are from Inglot in a Z palette. And then some of the single ones I'm using at the moment. An Inglot bronzer that's broken, but it's a nice natural one for fair skins. An e.l.f. pressed powder in Cocoa. Ben Nye Taupe eyeshadow, which is a lovely cool toned contour for fair skin again. MAC Harmony blush, Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and then into highlighters I have MAC Soft and Gentle Becca Champagne Pop, the Balm Mary Luminizer, the Ofra Trio from the Nikki Tutorials collection, Ofra Rodeo Drive, Inglot Sparkling Dust in number 2, and this is a fuchsia loose one in Pearl Powder. Here I have blushes, again an Inglot palette of Inglot Freedom ones. Another Z palette of different random ones, I think, from different brands. Bella Bamba and Dandelion from Benefit. Then I've just some random bits at the back. So my setting spray is the All Nighter. I have a handmade hand gel that I use from Soap and Glory, an Inglot Duraline, and a simple eye makeup remover. I like that one because it doesn't leave any residue. Oh, and then another blush is the MAC Stay Pretty. It's one of the Pro Longwear ones. And then onto lips, I have kind of just some single lipsticks and a clear gloss. A bunch of the NYX lip suedes, the mini ones. They work nicely for the kit. Lip liners, an Inglot lip palette that gets a lot of use, and this is a kind of random palette with only a few colours in it. I need to fill that up a bit more. And that's basically what I use for my general everyday setup for my clients. I do take most of my clients from the studio, so that's kind of how I keep it set up, and then if I need anything extra I can pull it from the drawers, but generally this keeps me going. So this is the kit bag that I use when I'm doing call outs. It's an Inglot branded one because I got it when I was working at Inglot. I was able to get a really good discount on it, but you can get them like unbranded from different places online, and I will try and link those in the corresponding blog post if you want to have a look at those. And it's funny because for years I had seen them on different sites online, like the unbranded ones, and I had always wanted one of these. I was finally able to get one, and I've used it for ever since for years. So generally you can just get this one on its own, but I got the one that has this section that goes on top if you need to have even more space. So it would sit on top like this and clip together with the clips at the side. But generally I just use this, or I'll just use this if I have a smaller job. And then if I need a set bag, or if I have like literally one face and I know exactly what I'm doing, then I can use like a small set bag like this. This is one from the Kim Green line, and at the moment it's filled with just kind of some empty pouches. I haven't used it in ages. And then I have a smaller one from the Kim Green line that can actually kind of clip onto it if you need to add extra space. So it's all see-through, you can wipe it all down and you can see what's inside. There's a big pouch at the back. There's two small pouches at the front and one long one, and then a big open section inside. And you can carry it like this, or carry it with a long strap, and the straps like hook on with these clips, so you can actually do kind of an add-on and clip these on with the little hooks at the side and clip those on as well. So this one is similar. It has two little zip pouches in the front, one long one in the back, and then open in the middle. So let's go through this, the main one really. So it does have a handle that goes all the way up, so you can roll it. It's on wheels. I do find that it's not the sturdiest wheels. Like if I'm going on over any sort of uneven road or footpath, like when it's on wheels it starts to kind of rock side to side like that, so it can be kind of hard to steady it, but generally it works just fine. So on the outside, on one side you have a zip mesh pocket here, and I have just a little mirror that I'll use for clients to give them closer looks at things. I think I have a pen down there, and this is actually a list of products that I can throw out from a trial, so I'll just keep those on that side. And then on this side is another mesh pocket, and in here I keep I won't bother taking it out properly, but it's just a cape. So if I have a client who's in their outfit for their event, or if I have, like if I'm on a shoot and the model is in their clothes and you just really want to make sure you're not getting any makeup on their clothes, I can pop a cape on them just to be sure. And then, as I said, in the back is a handle that comes up and down. So opening up the top, it flips open like this, and it has like these little attachments here that you can take off if you want to allow it to flop all the way back. They just have little clips here, but I like to keep it like that so that it just stays open and stays up. Okay, so I just have to hold the camera up a bit. But on the inside of the lid, there's actually a strip of Velcro that goes along here, and you get these pouches with it. Well, I got pouches with mine. I think you can get them separately as well, that have little Velcro strips on the back, so you can kind of arrange them how you want and keep what you want in there. And here I have cotton buds and mascara wands, and here I have some sponge wedges, some velour puffs, and then some business cards. And then over here I'll have like a brush cleanser, a hand sanitizer. I'll keep like my mixing palette in there. Generally I'll use a paw palette so I can wear it on my hand. So those will be kind of larger things and things that I reach for a lot. And then down there is a big empty section, which is fairly deep. So I'll keep a little makeup bag that I use to put my used brushes into. So I'll keep that there. I keep a little brush cup so that I can work out of that. and again kind of separate used brushes. So if I'm doing a number of faces, I'll have this set up so I can pull from my brush belt, pop them in here while I'm doing the face, and then if I'm moving on to another face, I'll empty this cup out into here. So for like a bridal party, I'll go through loads of brushes, and then when I get home, I can just empty this out and clean them all. So generally what I'll put in here is palettes and larger items that don't fit in the drawers down below. And of course my brush belt will go in here as well. So then to open up this section, you just unzip either side and that flaps down, and there is a mesh pocket down here. I just have some little flyers down there at the moment, but you can pop in like contracts or documents or whatever you need to have to hand. And then it has 8 drawers, and I just find that it makes it so organized and neat, and you can kind of work from it very easily, and you can also pack up really quickly. So the way I tend to use it is in the first drawer I'll have eye products, so mascaras, eye pencils, eye pigments, brow products, that kind of thing. And I just have a paper towel in there because I did have a drawer line that was slightly broken and was leaking everywhere. But now for my new drawer line, I just keep it in the box, so I have that left in there. Then on this one over, I'll keep primers and some little small setting powders. So basically just priming and setting will all go in there. And they're nice and big sizes too, like I'll show you this one. So there's a good bit of depth to it, like so you can lay out like foundations, or you can stack a few palettes if they'll fit this size. But they are good sized drawers. So then these two I'll use for foundations and concealers. And what I've been doing recently is what I've been doing on my layout on the table, in that I'll kind of have more matte products in here and more dewy or satin products in here. So if the client is dry or oily or a combination, I can pull from either side. Then for the next two would be like cheek products. So what I used to do is have all blush products in here, so like my blush palette and loose blushes in here, and then all contour in here, so contour palettes and single contour and highlight products. But lately what I've been doing is using this for palettes and this for the singles. So like my contour Z palette, my blush Inglot palette, my Inglot setting powder palette, and maybe my Inglot lip palette. So it actually kind of frees up more space up here, and they actually all fit in this. I'll actually grab one and just demonstrate that. So these are 2 Z palettes. I think this one is an extra large and this is a large, because I know that one is slightly bigger. But they're 2 Z palettes, so they'll fit in there with a little bit of extra room to spare. This is an Inglot Flexi palette that I have full of brushes. That'll go in there, and this is an Inglot 10 palette that I have filled with lipsticks, and that'll stack in there. So they all fit really neatly, and I can just slide them in there. So they're all compact, they're not sliding around anywhere. But that's just to show you they're actually good, decent sized drawers. So yeah, I tend to put my palettes in here, and then I'll put like single cheek and face products. So my single highlighters, single contours, blushes, that kind of thing. They'll go in there. And then for the last 2 drawers, this one I usually use for lips. So recently I have been putting my Inglot lip palette in here with the other palettes. And then in this drawer, I'll put my little container of my NYX lip suedes, the mini lip suedes, and I'll pop that in there because that fits perfectly. It doesn't catch on the lip or anything. And then along the long side that's down here, I'll empty in my lip pencils that I have kept in a container like this on my table. And then along the front side, I'll empty in my most used like single liquid lipsticks and lipsticks. So then all my lip products will be in here, and my lip palette will be in with the palettes. And then in the final drawer, I will keep lashes. There's actually some spare individuals there. So I'll take a few of each style and pop them all in here. And I'll also pop in my like my lash glues and my tweezers and scissors, so that it's all in one place. And that's generally how I would pack this bag. And as I said, this is the one that I use most. I do find it really, really handy, as I say, to work out of, because everything is in its place, so I don't have to go rummaging through anything. I know if I need a foundation, I'll just go to the right drawer and pull it out. So if I don't have any space to kind of lay anything out, I'll then actually wear my brush belt around my waist to save space, and I'll kind of prop up like whatever eyeshadow palettes I have on the side to make space along here, so that I can have my little brush cup and whatever products I'm using at that moment. And then again, as I said, it's easy to pack things away. So if I am using like a little space to lay things out, I'm not spending ages packing up and making things fit in different areas of like a large bag. Everything has a drawer. I can just fire things in, close them all up and get out. And then in conjunction with this, what I bring on a call out is lighting and a high stool. But the lighting that I currently use is a Glamcore set, but you could also use a ring light. They're very popular and they're easy to get now. I keep mine in my studio at my own desk where I do my own makeup. And I have my Glamcore lighting in my boot of my car all the time. And then I use a fold up high stool from Argos that I keep in my car as well. So yeah, generally that's what I use, and I showed you the little set bags for if I have a very small job or if I need to take products to set. or if I just need products for touch-ups on hand. But I'll show you the other part that you can get with this, and that can go on the top. So this is the way it would sit on top of the larger one, and then you would attach it with the clips on the side. So if they were just separate, you would close them up this way and just clip the lid closed, and the same with the bottom, you just clip the lid closed. But if you were attaching them, you can lengthen out this bottom clip so that it clips onto this extra one here, so that they're now attached, and then you can close up the lid on the top. So you do that on both sides. And then on the back, this has a slot that's kind of velcroed shut, but you can pop the handle up through that so that when you're rolling it, it's firmly attached and it's not going to be like wobbling around on the top. So yeah, inside this one is fairly straightforward. It opens up like this. Now this one doesn't have the little strings to keep the top open, but it does have the same velcro strips that the other one had on the inside, so you can attach, again, different pouches on the inside. And then in the body of it, it has these two trays that will open up to the side like this, and then on the inside is one big area, and on both of them, in the kind of open areas on the top, you do have this clear plastic so that it's easy to wipe down and easy to clean. So this one is really straightforward. Basically any smaller products I will pop in the trays, and larger products I'll pop inside. So I'll have like my brush belt, my brush cup, and the little bag that I use for used brushes. I'll have larger palettes. If I'm packing for a smaller job, generally I'll kind of go for palettes and more concise things. And like my base products, my foundations and primers and things. And then we'll say lip products, liners, eye products, that kind of thing will go in the trays. So again, it's very easy to work from and easy to pack up when everything has a place. And when this is nice and deep, if I need to kind of just fire things in, I can. So that is it for my what's in my kit video. Again, as I said in the intro, I will have a what's in my brush belt video coming, and that will be up next, so you'll get to see what I carry from my professional brushes. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like this kind of video, and it also helps out my channel an awful lot. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos from me, you can subscribe to me for free if you'd like to. So thanks again, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.